Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host Jesi.
Hello, guys. I'm straight from the gym. I'm in my fitness girl era. I definitely wanted to make it back in time because I am so excited for this week's guest. So give me the intro, Allie. I can't wait to get this started.
Tonight, we're joined by the dynamic music duo Dom and Jesi, known for their unique sound and seamless collaboration. They've been making waves in the music scene with their heartfelt lyrics and captivating performances. Let's dive into their creative journey, latest projects, and what's next for this talented pair. But wait, we're also being joined by Will from Frame of Reference Photography.
The more the better. Hi guys. How are you
Okay,
guys?
I have such an issue with saying last names. It's O'Hara, right? Willam O'Hara.
Okay, yep.
Allie.
I just wanted to. I wanted him to be able to say that was it. Once you say it wrong, you can't come back. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing awesome. How you doing?
Good.
We're doing good. We're happy to have you here.
Happy to be here. Thank you for that intro, by the way. That was incredible.
You're the best.
We've been talking about this constantly, and we always get so excited for stuff like this, but especially with you guys, we've been literally talking about it nonstop.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's fun because Jesse's down in Philly also. So
yes, I am.
Birds.
Nice.
We're all
this
excited.
Is the hometown show for me because I don't get to talk to a lot of people from Philly. We have some local bands on, but we have people from, we've had to do ones from every time zone. We've had a lot of people from Europe, like Australia. We've had people from all over. So having somebody in the same city, in the same time zone, the best.
Go birds!
Birds, go birds, dickheads. Are you guys excited for Sunday?
Oh yeah, we're super stoked.
I know. I'm mad
excited. What do you guys have planned?
Oh, we have a big party this Saturday. We're doing a big Super Bowl party in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Super Bowl themed, so there's gonna be tons of Eagles fans there. We're gonna light the room up green. It's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be so sick. I'm trying to find a Super Bowl party in a convenient location that if I need to march down Broad Street after a victory, that I can.
You know what? Vin was just saying last night, if you want to do that, they're gonna be at Xfinity and Xfinity Live, and they're having a tailgating party in the parking lot, and they're having a big screen set up, and they're doing the whole thing. And you can go down with American Mosh Pits.
I've never actually been to Xfinity. I know a bunch of people who have and I know they had a banger New Year party there.
Yeah, be prepared.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just be prepared. Anything can happen at Xfinity.
Oh really? Oh no! Now I'm excited and scared.
It's so fun though. It's every experience I've had there's been wild, but it's fun.
Wow. The only casino that I've been is the Rivers. That used to be the was a Sugar House. And they actually have art markets and shit in there, randomly. So I've been to a lot of I'm buying trinkets in the casino and stuff like that. So not a lot been there.
So cool.
I know.
Yeah, so where are some of the places that you guys like to play at?
Where do we like to play?
We actually this summer we sold out Milk Boy on Chestnut Street in Center City, and so that was a huge milestone for us because Milk Boy, as far as pop music goes, the pop industry in Philly is kind of hard to grasp, at least locally. Most of the pop acts are traveling through the city, but Milk Boy is a perfect small venue, a very famous venue in the city. So we were just so stoked that we sold it out headlining it, and we're still kind of riding that high.
That's awesome. Their food is also excellent.
Yo,
It's
oh,
so good. It's
you know
so
how to do it
good.
right. Yeah.
Sometimes the parking there is because the part of the city is in, but I'm like, I'm gonna still go because I can get dinner
Yep.
prior to the show. It's dinner and a show when I go to Milk Boys, but that's
Absolutely.
super awesome that you
Yeah.
guys sold Milk Boy out.
And if you have a lot of equipment, bringing it all the way
Oh,
upstairs.
it's like the worst. It's notorious as the worst load in for Philadelphia.
We do close to what, like 100 gigs a year. We do a lot of cover gigs as well. We do wedding band stuff. So we do this full time, whether it's our own stuff or it's covers. But like we have all our own sound equipment, all our own light equipment. We're the sound guy, the light guy, the setup, the breakdown, everything in between. So we're honestly used to like terrible load-ins and loadouts. So
Yeah.
Milk Boy was like just another day for us, and we didn't
You
play
have
for
been
4 hours.
training for it.
We're so ready for tour.
One of the things, like, being in a band that's made me realize is how you are no longer just, like, a bass player or vocalist or whatever. You have now learned so many other skills. You're, like, sound engineering, recording, because you have to. You don't have any other options, you know?
But when you do that though, it allows you to like when you get on those higher levels and you have other people doing it for you, you just respect their craft so much more and you're able to relate to them so much more. And I feel like at that point, you're not that like stereotypical artist. It's like, I need this and I want that. It's like you understand what they're going through, so you treat them with a little more respect.
Dues.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you guys have like a signature aesthetics, or are you always upping your game?
As far as like aesthetics on
like the
stage
lights
or-
and like just like the whole vibe that you bring to the stage.
Yeah, we put this TV on before we started. Our whole aesthetic is summer based, so we figured out that like in this duo like our favorite season is summer, and we just kind of ran with that idea of just like summer all year, and so that's really the aesthetic. But as far as like the lights and stuff, it's like every year we'll try to kind of up the production value of everything, but yeah,
you guys do like fun stuff, and you've got Will to like kind of help you out too. I mean, I saw you guys were up at Small Media Large Pop Art, and oh my god, that looks so much fun. What was it, a 90s themed photo shoot?
Yeah, so we did that up there with Vic, the 90s themed shoot, awkward poses and everything, just to kind of bring back that nostalgia vibe and the laser backgrounds and everything. It was super nice to have them come out. We kind of worked on a project prior to that together as well. So, just kind of pulling it all together.
I follow those stories.
Yes,
a lot of fun.
So Will has been helping out with like the visionary direction of like photography, videography. So he's been super crucial, and like really like sometimes it feels like we're like, as far as this industry, like soldiers, we're on the ground front and we're like doing everything, and he is like he's such a soldier, and he's down for whatever we need him to like do. He's super humble, super amazing. But yeah, we've been working with Will lately.
Well, he's like, so he also cooks for us. So we came over before this, and he made some bomb wings and fries, and like, we sometimes we'll come over and we'll sit down and he'll cook us food, and we'll all just we'll sit down around the table and just kind of strategize of what we want to do next. So like Jesse and I have built the foundation with our team, The Ring, and our production team. So writing records, producing records, we write and produce as well, but just getting a whole collective together and building this foundation and the skeleton work. And then he comes in and he's like the 5-star chef that's like, okay, I see the foundation, now let me make it look pretty. So he's been so instrumental to like our growth just in these past few months, honestly.
That's awesome. So I gotta know, how did you guys meet? First, I'll do Dom and Jesse. Bless you, Jesse. My
Thank
Jesse. How did Dom and Jesse meet?
Well, me and Dom.
You too.
So one day I was scrolling on Tinder. I'm kidding. I'm originally from West Palm Beach, Florida. I lived there and was raised there most of my life. And my wife is from the Philly area, like suburbs. And I moved up to this area about 7 years ago. And a year here, hit the ground running, doing open mics. And I met as many people as I could. And I met a guy named Dyshon Penn, who gave me his card and literally like took me under his wing and is like, if you're serious about this artist thing, like let's talk. And he would invite me out. And he introduced me to Dom's mentor, which was Range. And then I'll let you take it from here, Dom.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Philly since 2011, and I was working with my mentor since like 2013, 2014. So going on like 10, 11 years now. But we were a couple of years in and I was working on some solo stuff. And at that point I had moved back up to Connecticut. I started my own record label, started management, found management, was building a team. And then Range called me one day and was like, yo, like, I need you in Philly for a meeting. And I show up in this room in the studio and he's sitting there and we were like, well, who's this guy? And then he's like, well, who's this guy? And the two mentors, yeah, we kind of looked at each other and I knew his mentor as well. He was a part of our team. And they both looked at us and they were like, you guys should be a duo. You know, you're both the same height. We're about 6'2". And Jesse plays guitar this way. I play guitar this way. So there's just like a cool aesthetic look to it as well. He's yin and I'm yang. Our characters are so opposite that it took a few years to find the yin and yang, but at this point we have a very deep rooted brotherhood, and just through mentors and like through the universe kind of giving us the sign of like, this is your path, and we just felt like it was right, and here we are on the 7th year in now. So
we saw it as an opportunity to try something different because we were both solo artists before, and we took that opportunity, and literally now we're here 7 years later, still grinding, still doing our thing.
Now, were you doing the same kind of music?
Yeah, like poppy, pop rock. I come from like a when I first started doing music, I was in like metal bands, like hardcore, post-hardcore, screamo. I going to Warped Tour, I just loved all that. And then, the local bands, they always break up, it's like a cliche at this point. So then I started my own music. I would dabble into rock and pop. And
were you doing hardcore in Florida, or were you doing hardcore?
South Florida, baby.
Okay, I was gonna say Philly has, I think, one of the biggest hardcore scenes currently in
I hear
in the country. Yeah,
Underground in Philly is insane.
The
underground market in Philly is insane.
All the underground music. It's I love it.
I feel like it's more popularized than all these other places. Like going to a basement show in like Fishtown is like more popular than going to Union Transfer right now.
It is.
You just made Jesse so happy.
How many? I went to a warehouse show Friday, and there had to be. It was so packed in there that you could not move. It was like insane, and I couldn't believe that many people came out to see 4 local bands play, like all from Philadelphia, all people I know, like hundreds of people in a warehouse, to where the fact that you could not move around. It was amazing.
How many people?
That it was all run by people in the scene.
How many people would you say were there, Jesse?
I want to be like 200 in a warehouse. And It was a DIY show, and here's the impressive part about it. It's a venue without it's an Ask a Punk address. So the fact that that many people showed up was, like, amazing. Like, I was
Great.
like, "That's crazy that you can put a flyer around the city with Ask a Punk on it, and that many people will show up to a warehouse show for 4 local bands," and it ripped. It was awesome. It was a great
Wow. That's what we love about like all these different genres, and that's kind of what we're building too with our showcases.
Yeah.
So we call it Dom and Jesse and Friends, and we run it a couple times a year. And we're not just trying to build a show; we're really trying to rebuild a culture and solidify culture and understanding that like when we throw on these shows, when you come, you know that it is going to be a great time. The end, like you have full faith that every penny you spend is going to be so worth it. Because sometimes I'm sure you guys have been to some shows where you spend 20, 40 bucks, you go to the show expecting it to be great, and you're like, oh, that was kind of a waste of money.
Especially some of the bigger ones, like, a lot of the time that, you buy a ticket, you buy these, like, $60 tickets to something, and you go, and you're like, "What the hell was that? I did not expect that."
The only
But
thing that's good is the headliner. Yeah,
And yo, like concerts aren't getting any cheaper. Some of my favorite artists that are still indie are like $200 for a ticket at like the Fillmore. And it's like, what is going on here? So we try to price our tickets at a very fair price. And it's not just a show, it's a full event. In between each act, you have a DJ interacting with the crowd, doing give outs, doing handouts, giveaways, games, all these cool things. So throughout the entire night, the whole crowd is engaged in some type of activity. And then we have local vendors giving out either food or drinks or whatever services they give. And we just really want to build a community out here.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys are really building a community, and I think that's one of the most awesome things about music is how many friends you make through it, and that it starts to feel like family. And I love that. I love a sense of community. I think what you guys are doing is super important and really cool that you guys are doing all that. Going the extra mile for your fans.
So are there any venues that are kind of on your like bucket list that you would like to get to? Like venues or festivals? What?
Tangible. Right now, tangibly, the Fillmore, the Foundry, we're really trying to get on like the radar of like Live Nation. So probably like like this year we'd love to get on a show, even like as an opener or something. Like we opened up for People Are Ugly in New York, and we just missed their Philly date because we could have, also done the Foundry. Yeah. So we were that close to doing the Foundry.
Yeah. The Foundry is a cool space. It's pretty intimate. I've seen some great acts there. There's some people I've seen at the Foundry too that are completely blew up. I saw Orville Peck at the Foundry, and within a year he was like a household name, like one of the biggest
country guy with the mask.
Yeah, I saw him at the Foundry. It's really intimate, and and then like now he's like one of the biggest artists in like the country, if not the world. So
our goal is definitely that. The Foundry's like around 500 people, and right now we're packing around 250 to 300. So we're slowly getting up there, but I mean we've really truly been doing this all ourselves. All the marketing, all the promotion, all the ticket sales, everything. So just adding the team in now and improving and learning from the past events to just be better in the next ones. Like I definitely see the Foundry in the near future, but I think for me personally, I think either Union Transfer or the Met, at least locally, that's a dream.
These are all places with like really good sound. Like definitely like it is an opera hall. Now I have my biased opinion. I don't like going to shows with the Met just because of the seating is like kind of weird for me. Union Transfer is one of my favorite venues in Philadelphia.
That's why I want to go, because the sound to me is like
Spaghetti Factory's got acoustics, baby. Like it's really good.
and it
It's
used to
really
be Macaroni Factory.
Yeah, the Macaroni Factory. And also the fact that I think the other thing I really like about Union Transfer is that the besides the sound is that it's a venue that you can just go upstairs, you can be downstairs, you can be right against the stage, you can go upstairs and just like enjoy the sound, and it all sounds good no matter where you are in that building.
And there's always a good view.
There's always a good view, and it, like I said, no matter where you're standing in there, it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna have a good time. I think those are awesome venues to want to play. The Mets, the sound is also awesome. Like it's literally an opera house, but it's just like somewhere. I think it's if I saw like Death Cab for Cutie or like a band like that, I would love to see them there, like a band like that play. But I saw Nine Inch Nails there, and that was like a band that it was like cool seeing them there. But I don't know. I would like to see them play something smaller. I know that's like impossible at this point because they're literally sold out Lincoln Financial Field. This one.
What about you,
Now,
Allie?
do you guys usually stay as close as you can to Philly, or do you guys, if it's the right venue, venture?
We're definitely starting to venture out more. I think as far as headlining shows, we definitely want to stay as close to the city as possible. Building up that community like we were talking about earlier, and it's so crucial to stay close so that the same people can keep coming and they can bring their friends or family and new people to experience it as well. But as far as like opening up for other acts, if someone asked us to open up for them in Japan next week, I think we would find a way. You know, like we're down for anywhere.
I mean, I was just gonna say because like Artie's over in Frenchtown, New Jersey, they could handle that kind of crowd, and that's like if you have, I think, over 300, you can be outside like when it's warmer. So that might be a place to look into because that's a really awesome spot.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, they have like a little area where like everybody can stand that it's got like the fake like grass on it. I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But are there any people that you are kind of on your list that you would like to either perform opening or like co-headlining, or that you would even want to collab with?
Taylor Swift.
The biggest, go bigger again.
Taylor Swift, the most punk. Jeez. Go ahead.
I mean, for me personally, I think it would fit for us too. I would love to open up for a band like Laney. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they're an indie pop band that just started blowing up out of nowhere, and like they're selling out the Forum in LA, 18,000 people, and like so many
L-A-N-E-Y.
L-A-N-Y.
L-A-N-Y.
Yeah,
sorry, I like to take notes.
Yeah, no, it's all good. They're so brutally talented. Kind of in the same realm as 1975.
Okay.
A lot of people do know. I don't know who would you want to open up for? Posty maybe.
Oh, Post Malone would be cool. Yeah.
I have been to a million metal shows in my life. The only time I've almost died was a Post Malone show. It's because he was giving up them free Budweisers, making everyone crazy.
Wow.
You got, I could just see you like them all moving forward and little Justin being carried.
No, I was I was on somebody's shoulders and somebody was not feeling me being up there. The rest tried to snatch me down. I was like,
Did you at least get a beer?
now It was a long way to them free Budweisers, I'll tell you. It was I was like in the middle, front middle. It was one of those shows you turn around and you're like, I am not getting anywhere. I'm not moving. I
Yep.
can't see the end of me. People
Wow.
came in from Post Malone. It was wild. I was asking people, like, where are you from? They're like, I'm from like 2 hours away. I was like,
Now, Will, from a photography stance, what venues do you like to
photograph?
photograph at?
Wow, I've had lit ones, ones with lights. No, I mean the bigger ones. I have shot at what was it? Foundry. I've shot at the Fillmore. Who was it? It was Aunt Clemens was there, and I knew his cousin and was gotten brought into that. That one was really cool. When I went to Milfoy with these guys, that was a lot of fun there. It's really different to try and figure out how to shoot each one differently. So, it's a challenge for each one, but I definitely like, as my personal aesthetics and everything, I definitely like those smaller mom and pop, the underground style and everything. So, the smaller ones that they did. I did Warehouse on Watts once. That one was a lot of fun. It's just
cool.
not big enough. So, but yeah.
Warehouse on Watts is such like an interesting space because they do a lot of like EDM stuff. I'm like in rap, they do a lot of rap stuff like that. I went to one show, I went to one metal show and there like one time, but they mostly book like Cupcake, they book all kinds of interesting stuff there. It's a cool space.
I thought it was cool with the 2 layers, like the 2 levels to it. You could have someone doing house down on the bottom and then someone doing dark trap upstairs, and you wouldn't even know until you went up and down the stairs. So
it's like super interesting, and
that
that's
just
really
reminds me of Shampoo back in the day.
So there's a place in Philly that I went briefly that opens up into 3 rooms. Like the upstairs opens up into 3 rooms with 3 different vibes, and it's like kind of like Shampoo. It's called Johnny Brenda's, and they have.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
We were looking at Johnny Brenda's as a potential place to play, and Warehouse on Watts actually. So we're our next Dom and Jesse and Friends event. We're looking at a few places. We don't want to give out too much information, but those are definitely on the roster.
Well, the food at Johnny Brenda's is really good. It's owned by the same person who owns Silk City, and
we played there too. Yeah, we played at Silk City. We're looking at Underground Arts as well.
I love Underground Arts. The staff there is amazing. I have a couple friends that work there, and they're really good people, and they're really nice. And I like the space. It's very cool. I like it. I like the neon when you're going down the steps. I've seen some great shows there, and they book.
You know what? I like Kung Fu Necktie. Like, I mean,
I like
even though it's like a smaller venue, like I like the punk rockness of it.
I like KFN. My favorite thing about Kung Fu Necktie is that the Coke they put enough syrup in it, and it's delicious. every time I'm gonna get a Kung Fu Necktie, I'm like,
I feel like you just said that, and all of us like gave you the same look. Like, what is she about to say?
The syrup.
They started with they put the Coke. I mean, that could have gone a lot of directions.
There's plenty of that too in all of Philadelphia. It's like I feel like this is the thing we're known for. Yeah.
It's a cool stage though. It's so unique that not a lot of other venues in Philly, like it is a very small venue, so you can pack it out so easily, but like it's just so uniquely different than many other places in the city.
I love Kung Fu Necktie. I hope nobody ever buys it, but it's been on sale for like a million years, and they what?
I didn't know that.
No, it's been for sale forever. They've been trying to get rid of it, but they want like way too much money for it. So, that's why it's still there. Because the rest of Fishtown is so it's like a time capsule, like Kung Fu Necktie with everything.
They would do so well if they had parking. Like if they bought the parking, like
there is no
parking lot. There is no street or something.
If they maybe upgraded Kensington a tiny bit, I think they would do better. But we all
Yeah.
know that's not going anywhere.
There is no parking in that area. I live by that area. It's crazy.
Yeah, I used to live literally right down the street from there.
Yeah. My favorite venue in Philadelphia, same area. My favorite, all-time favorite, best. I will always go if a show is there. Is Johnny Brenda's. I love Johnny Brenda's, and then all my friends from Philly are in agreement. Johnny Brenda's is where it's at. The food's amazing. The sound's amazing. I love it there. It's intimate enough. But you can still have a rage. It's intimate and you can have a rager. The food's amazing. Like the drinks are good. Johnny Brenda's just was like 10 out of 10. I love that place. Always. I will always go to Johnny Brenda's if there's a show.
I feel like there's a good built-in crowd there too. A lot of people that go to Johnny Brenda's stay going to Johnny Brenda's.
I stay going to Johnny Brenda's.
Yeah. It was like Milk Boy when we headlined at Milk Boy and we sold it out. They did this competition. We didn't find this out until like after the show, but they did this competition every year where the winners choose a show of their choice throughout the entire year to go to. And this couple, they chose our show, and we had no idea who they were.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was so cool because we got the day of the show, we sold out. And we weren't sold out until the day of the show. And then the day of the show, there was a literal line out the door, even from people who didn't know who we were. They just wanted to come in and see what was going on because it's Milk Boy.
Yeah.
So maybe Johnny Brenda's is...
I'm down.
Yeah. Our next event is at Johnny Brenda's. We got to see you there. On the list too.
Yeah. I don't live far.
Okay.
And I'm always down for that. Chicken Sammy, the deviled eggs. Ooh, they got good deviled eggs. But it's a good time. I've gone to some great shows, and it must be an awesome feeling, like, though, when you're playing a venue and you see a literal line of people wrapped up around the corner. That's incredible. Like, I can't imagine.
That puts you on a certain club too, because even though Milk Boy's not like the biggest, like if you pack that place, like you have the right to know that you've done something right.
Thank you. We worked so hard for so many months, and the fact that we weren't sold out the morning of, we were like having a panic attack. And then the doors open at 7, and by 8 o'clock, the Philly culture, when the show starts at 8, it means everybody shows up at 9:30 for the main act.
It's called punk time.
Yeah. And that's just it's Philly time, and but for our show, our opener, 10 minutes before at 7:50, we open the back door. We look through to the front of the stage, absolutely packed, already sold out, line out the door. And we were it just felt like a weight just lifted off our shoulders, and we could just have fun now.
Was that worrying if it was going to sell out? Was anxiety inducing? Was it anxiety inducing that there were that many people there?
No, that was one goal. We said when we did the show, we said, listen, and we talked to all the artists. We set it all up. We're like, there's one goal for the show. It's to sell this out so we can put a big old sold out sticker on the poster. And we did it. We sold it out.
Yeah, we have no problem playing in front of people. We'll play in front of 1 million people and not sweat once.
That's always my I'm playing a show February 23rd. And they have advertised the hell out of it. It's my most advertised show. And we got put on. We're put on by a promoter. There's posters all around Philly, and every time I see them, I'm like, no. I'm gonna shit myself.
Yeah, right. You get in the zone. She was making it all coy, and then I saw videos of her performing, and I'm like, okay.
I spend the entire we load in I do a couple paces around. I make haha laughy jokes. This is not going to happen. And then I spend about 20 minutes saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. And then I realize that I have to because I do the vocals. So and then I get it over with, and then I go, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think we're the opposite. When there's more people, we're like yes, and then when there's like you do those shows where like you show up and you get on stage and there's like 5 people and 4 of them include the staff, you're like.
Yeah. You're like, no. Oh, that's when I'm like, oh, it's just friends and family. I can do this. I'm like, oh, I do this. I do this once a week at band practice.
So I gotta ask you a few things. So let's get into your songwriting and like, how do you guys go about the songwriting process?
So the process for us with Dom and Jesi since the beginning has been very collaborative because we both come from solo bedroom artist backgrounds where we literally wrote, produced essentially everything. So Dom and Jesi has been a project. I would say collaboration has been like the biggest part of Dom and Jesi. So we've been introduced to tons of writers. So Dom and Jesi is not just us writing. It's like our production team sitting with them who are incredible writers, incredible people. And we've got to meet so many amazing people who have worked with people like Chris Brown and Kanye West, like a lot of people, and Clemens. Like we've worked in around with Aunt Clemens, Scott, Robot Scott, Dilemma, like Grammy nominated, which is crazy because like we know these guys so close, and even to remind ourselves like, wait, they're Grammy nominated, like they got plaques, like that's crazy. It's like, I sometimes I get imposter syndrome, like, wait, that is really cool actually. Like I forget those things, but it's very much been collaborative. Lately, we've been really like delving in and seeing what we can do on our own, and we've been messing around with pop punk. And so we've been kind of diving into this new genre and writing, and we both grew up listening to, a shit ton of pop punk. So we're really just like getting nostalgia and kind of diving back into that and just seeing what happens. And we have a new single that we're working on that we're going to be putting out some point. We got to get it ready, but we're basically like here's Dom and Jesi, like what we would do, like, in pop punk, essentially.
And shout out to Will because he did the cover art for it.
Yeah.
And it's probably, honestly, one of like our favorite pictures that we have ever done in existence. It's going to be iconic. It's going to go down just in history.
Yep.
Now, do you guys have any idea when that's going to be coming out? Like game plan or
we've been working on it so much and like just fine tuning it, making sure it's right. And we just got a buddy of ours to do to track drums on it and make it really fill out and feel alive. We just got those tracks back, and then our producer got those, and he's in the middle of mixing it now. And as soon as he's done mixing it, we're just gonna let it out. So
maybe March.
Maybe March, February, March. I mean,
maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. It's just we have so much music in our catalog too, in the backlog, that like we're just ready to just keep throwing stuff out.
Now I have to ask, since it's basically like you two are the ones on stage, what happens if there is like you guys do disagree on something? Like, how do you guys deal with it?
We go outside. We fight
on the stage.
Yeah. We fight till someone says, "All right, I'm done."
Like Oasis, Oasis, they would just fist fight on stage. That's me and Dom. We're either way, we're gonna give you a show. So even if it's us, like, jumping up and down and singing, or we're like, we're wrestling, fist fighting, and hitting each other with guitars, you're gonna be entertained coming to a Dom and Jesi show. One way.
You'll definitely never see a fight on stage from us. We disagree all the time. You know, it's just
Not all the time.
it's how it works, you know. But we have a shared interest, and we have shared morals, and we have a shared goal. So even we have disagreements, we'll either bring our mentors in, or we'll just talk it out. But just communication is key. That's really like number one for everything, whether it's a professional relationship, a romantic relationship, a friend relationship. Just communication has to be number one priority, and that's what it is for us.
You guys definitely, I mean, I haven't seen one video where you guys don't look like you're just having the time of your life and enjoying every second of it. Like,
It means we're gonna have to
that alone, as a fan, I love seeing.
We do enjoy it. Like when we work so hard to get on stage. So when we get to be on stage and performing, that is, I would say, our highest level. Like we love that. So if we can get to a point where we're doing less background shit and more stage stuff, like we will be so happy. And we're getting paid for it. Like, oh my God, we would be so happy.
I feel like you guys would do really good at like Rivet also in Pottstown.
I gotta look these places. We gotta talk after this too, and just talk about it.
I got a couple for you actually. That you guys would do real good at.
You said Rivet, like the sound a frog makes?
RIVET.
Oh, this is a cool stage.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Wait, Pottstown.
Yeah, I just moved out to Pottstown recently with my girlfriend, so we live out in the area. So we check it out.
Not that it's a secret, but I'm just gonna throw this out since Jesse and I are like big Bloodhound Gang fans. Harry DJ Q Ball is the owner.
DJ Q Ball.
Do we know that name sounds so familiar?
You know, he's a DJ.
No,
from
that sounds
Bloodhound Gang.
From Bloodhound Gang.
Okay. Well,
that's dope. So you know him personally.
I actually just I worked the door there the other day, and such a cool venue. He was there. I mean, it was really awesome getting to meet him. Hopefully I can get him on the show. He said he would, so that was a plus.
Yeah. Awesome.
But just a really like nice environment. Like it looks like a department store on the outside, but you walk in and it looks like almost like a fancy speakeasy.
That's cool. Yeah, that does sound cool.
Really nice.
Wow. I love your setup, by the way. You got you get the skeleton in the back and girl with the knife. Oh yeah, that's the logo.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah, sometimes I get Vic gives me artwork, but it's been so crazy lately. I haven't had a chance to get up there. I keep texting him. I'm like, I promise soon. I'll be up there soon. He keeps posting. I don't know if you guys saw when you were up there. He did the Lilith character, and he is Victoria Frankenstein. Since I literally would go broke if I bought all his big size art. Yeah. Since I'm obsessed with everything he basically puts out, I had to start buying the little ones because I ran out of room for the big ones. So I'm working on the collection.
His stuff is amazing. I mean, he's just an even better person too. He's just such a genuine, nice dude. We really like him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna invite him on tonight, and I was like, dude, it'll end up being like a 3-hour show. Like,
it would become the big show.
Yeah. But he has great stories. We'll say, because we were there for quite some time, and you just let him go, and he just goes. But his stories are so captivating, and he really does know how to tell a great story.
Honestly, that's a lot of why he sells as much as he like. I mean, every person that comes in, he tells them like the whole background story behind like the art. You can't walk away after that. Like you're invested.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's awesome. But so as far as now I'm like really curious about the cover art and the picture. What is the vibe?
JC Penny photo shoot. Step Brothers JC Penny photo shoot.
I love that.
It's like
but it's so clean and like detailed.
It's its own character. Yeah, it has its own life.
It's like vinyl. It's vinyl record worthy.
Yeah.
I would say, and Will just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. We can't wait to like unleash it to the world because it's gonna be like our favorite photo ever.
I can't even wait. And honestly, if you guys want to, before you would release it onto YouTube, I mean, we could let you debut it on here if you decide that that's what you want to do. We've done it for quite a few other people, and it goes over good. So,
okay,
just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
So, what is the energy like for you two when you're on stage? For someone that hasn't been to one of your shows,
it's a party. Like when we say summer all year, we think of like the peak time. Like we bring the sunshine everywhere we go. When you walk through those doors, time just stops, and you're there to have a good time. Like all your troubles, all of your worries, all of your concerns, you just completely forget about them, and time just disappears. That's literally how it feels when you come in to one of our shows.
I need that right now because I've been freezing. Like, I can't deal with this winter. So, like, anything that's like reminding me of summer or putting me in that summer mood, like, I'll take it. It was a hard coming from Florida, also. I mean, that was probably crazy moving up this way. I mean, that's a big.
I love the snow. I think it's cool.
That's because he's not from here.
Yeah. I'll have to say that.
I'm kind of new to him.
Well, we'll give you till 10 years that you've been up here, and then we'll ask because you've still got like a couple years left. Like, and I don't. Have you really? Have we really been hit? I don't think we've been hit in the last few years, have we?
Not the last couple of years. We've had a few storms. I feel like this year was really consistent for a little period of time.
With wind. My area got hit with wind bad, but
yeah.
I mean, even the snow.
We haven't gotten one of those like 2-footer, 3-footer storms.
Yeah. Here's the thing: I still treat winter like summer because, like, I love driving when it's snowing, and I'll just blast the heat and just play music and just let the snow come in, like put my sunroof up. I love that. So it's so funny. I still treat winter like it's summer anyway. So yeah.
I you know what? I never dress for the weather. Like, I'm always dressed for like summer and winter and like vice versa. So I get it. Like, it's whatever mood you're trying to set for the night. But I love that. So can we hear about some of your memorable standout moments in your career so far?
Definitely selling out Milk Boy was incredible. And then we did in September, we did a show at Vinyl, and we sold over 200 tickets. We were aiming, we were aiming for higher, but technically we still sold out because it was like packed in there, completely packed. But for me, like the shining moment of that gig is Sublime was in town, and the bass player we play with, Freshie, shout out to Freshie. Freshie is Sublime's bass tech, so he brought Eric Wilson from Sublime, the bass player, to the show, and Eric and his wife were there, and just like how much I love Sublime, just having Eric Wilson like see our show, see us performing, to me is like such a legendary thing. And to me that was like one of the coolest things of my I was like I never would have thought that would happen. But
did you cover a Sublime song in front of him?
No, like that. It was such a surprise that he was even there.
Yeah, we didn't know until we were pretty much going on stage that he was there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will say though, years ago, we did this one show, this one gig, where we played at this wine bar for a while, and the owner was like, "Hey, my wife and I, we have a lake house, and the whole lake is one big community, and they all get together one day a year, and they put all their boats together in a circle, and it's like one big concert." And so they put Jesse and I. They put us They put us in a pontoon boat, a platform with a generator, and we set up all of our gear and we played and we DJ'd for like 4 hours in the middle of the summer, and it was just this massive party. Yep. It was, oh man, I'll never forget it. I got so drunk.
Magical.
Oh, it was incredible. Wow. And like we would go on break, and like I would put the guitar down, he would start DJing, and I would just jump off the pontoon into the water. It was great. It was fantastic.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. Like I keep telling all my friends, I'm like, we need to just buy out like a school or something and like, gut it out. We can all have our sections and we can share like the cafeteria and the like pool and call it a day. Like we could all just be near each other.
That would be sick.
I would bother the shit out of all of them. And the ones that are married are like, no. No.
That's awesome.
I could just imagine. That would be like so great for me. Like I would just love that. Jesse, would you move into an old school if we redid it?
Oh, why not? There's one of them in Philly that they did. That they put like individual businesses in and then Bach bars on the top of it.
I was just about to say Bach bar on the top is not a school anymore.
That's a great view. That view is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forever Valentine's in there, the tattoo studio. There's a bunch of yoga studios. There's an interesting coffee place in it, and there's pottery studios. You can take a class for like anything in that building.
There are a bunch of pop-up restaurants across from Bach Bar on the top as well. And
really?
for a couple of years, about like 4 or 5 years ago, there was like this vegan restaurant that was like some of the best, and I'm not vegan, but it was like the best food I've ever had ever.
Wow.
It was no Mediterranean vegan.
Huh.
And it was
sometimes you just stumble on those spots that they like sound like they're for like people that only like shop at Whole Foods. No offense, because Whole Foods does have good stuff, but like that are very like strict about where they shop. Like,
yeah,
I got stuck in the T-Mobile store for like 4 hours, and then next to the T-Mobile store was a pho place. The best pho I ever had in my life. I was like, do you know what? There is a silver lining to everything. So there are definitely a lot of places you can just pop in and you're like, that was the best line I ever had in my life. Just like really randomly in the city. So
that's the beautiful thing about Philly though. That you can find holes in the wall that have just the best, like Silk City, just looks like a little normal diner, but you go in and it is some of the best food you'll ever have.
It's so good. I go just for that grilled cheese. I take my friends from the suburbs. So I'm from the suburbs. I'm from like 15, 20 minutes out of Philadelphia. I'm from Delco, if anyone knows where that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Delco born and raised. And so I take my friends from Delco all the time to Silk City, and they're like, this place fucking rips.
What part of Delco?
I'm from Media, if you know where that is.
You play at Townhouse.
You play at the Townhouse? Hell
yeah. Yeah, we do.
I'm not trying to like out my mom's house, but like it is spookily close is all I'm gonna say to there.
We talked about doing some shows around Townhouse, around Media. Some of our friends, they have thrown a few very successful events at Punjab.
I think that you guys would do great in Media. So I feel like the Media community would definitely be all about that because they love live music. They love all that stuff. Like, and media this is what I have to say about media. And like I said, I'm born and raised from media. I've lived there my entire life up until a couple of years ago when I moved to Philly. And the thing about media is that all of Delaware County goes there. So when I was growing up there, I was super annoyed by it because it's like there's no parking all the time. But if you are trying to do something in media, like people will come out and see it because it's where everybody in Delco goes. So that's definitely good for you guys.
And that's like the one area that's actually open later. Like a lot of Philly does seem to close earlier. Like media stays popping till
media
like
does stay popping, and that's the other thing I didn't like growing up because you could hear like if you are trying to sleep on a school night, it is like wild sometimes because the lawyer's crazy. And if you're really close to that main street, but it's a great place to grow up, and it's a great music scene. We have the Blues Fest, we have the Jazz Fest, so media loves music. So I think that you guys would be really successful out there.
Okay. Oh yeah, Townhouse loves us. So
loves the Townhouse.
We love the Townhouse.
Actually, I want to ask you, for listeners that have not heard your music before, what song would you tell them to listen to first?
Everybody seems to like What If. So I feel like the people have spoken. Maybe What If is the best, the best one to go with since people like that one the most.
It's really catchy.
Yeah, you like it?
Shout out to Jake and Jared for that one.
Yeah.
It was two cousins and then the two of us, just the four of us in a studio room together. And over the course of like a couple hours, we wrote and did the whole song. And it was such a, I don't know, it was such a euphoric experience. That was a really, really fun one to record.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's happening more and more. Like we hear quite frequently on here that artists, like their hit song is actually one that they weren't even really expecting or like planning on it going that big. Like they're usually planning on a different song and it ends up just hitting. But I think with that one, like you only have to hear it like once or twice and you can kind of like follow it. Like after that, like it has a very like repetitive, familiar vibe to it. So I think that's what definitely draws me to it. Because I'll listen to it and it'll be in my head for the rest of the afternoon.
Let's go. Hell yeah. That's what it's about.
Now, what song do you guys like to play when you're on stage?
Oh God. Ooh, I like our song Love It. Love It's cool. Like drinking all this liquor. It reminds me of like it definitely like brings me back to not like I'm from the 80s, but like the 80s. I was born in 91. I kind of missed the whole 80s, but I would have loved to have experienced like Michael Jackson, like going to the club in the 80s, like hearing that music. That would have been great. So it reminds me of that era.
Well, if you ever hold on real quick, if you ever get out to Ohio, a friend of ours, Brian Durst, he's out at Venue 18, and little fun fact, he used to be a Michael Jackson, like he used to dress up and impersonate him.
Oh my God.
And it is insane. He does like a perfect moonwalk. Like if you want that experience, like I would definitely like try to make it to one of the shows that he like goes all out for.
That's so cool. We got to put him in the music video.
Yeah.
You can hit him up. I'm sure he would be down. He's so much fun. He's like one of those people that he loves to collaborate with other people. He's a promoter, so he gets it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see you guys like collabing or doing something fun because yeah, he's a riot.
Oh yeah, even if it doesn't really fit our vibe, we just want to have fun with everything. We don't really take anything too serious. So like half of our content, people will think that we just make like satirical song content, and then they'll listen to our music and they're like, oh, like you're serious about what you do. It's like, yeah. we just don't really take anything serious, and
Just having fun with it.
I'm telling you, I never really like get into it on Facebook. Like I read dumb comments all the time, or even Instagram or any of them, and I never really respond. But this whole like TikTok ban has really like hit me harder than I thought it was gonna hit me. I'm like, I've lashed out a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
Like
whack.
over the last 2 weeks, like when people are like influencers, like now they gotta go get a job. Like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll like call them out. I'm like going on people. This is how crazy I've been. Like some people have gotten so hype. I'm like looking up where they work to see if they like affect society more than influencers, just so I can like speak my truth in a message.
Yeah. Also, like
Allie,
people are like more obsessed with what other people do than like the need be. Like,
Yep.
also, it's a lot of work doing this stuff online.
It
People
is.
go to school to figure out how to be successful online. It's called marketing.
We were talking about you last night with your mashed potato video. Because like, we were all talking about that video. Jesi did a video on TikTok where her and her ex-husband like stick their hands in mashed potatoes and like mush them around, and it went like super viral. Where were you? Like Longhorn?
I was at a Texas Roadhouse, and the thing is that we did it, and then we smushed our hands together, and it made a sound at like the beat clap of just the two of us, and then it was like, mush. Yeah, it was like perfect timing. But like, yeah, that we got like 5 million views or something like that.
Oh my god!
Where can we see this video?
It's on TikTok. Like
it's on my TikTok. Vampire Brett
on there. Allie wants me to get back on there, but I'm like, and I will at some point. I'm just like, I'm doing so much like stuff right now. So I'm like,
I'm gonna start sending you duets. Like I'm gonna be like, look, I
this.
started it. You better pick it up.
I'm trying to make content. I'm doing this. I'm trying to get like a degree, and I'm in a band, and I'm also trying to get like, maybe I'll vlog the fact that I'm trying to get swole. Maybe I'll do that.
I'm going through I'm doing like throwbacks. I've been posting them of all the songs that I rotated on my MySpace wall.
Oh my god!
Speaking of nostalgia, I've been like taking it back, and I'll be like, "This was number 3."
My number one song on my MySpace was "Dig" by Mudvayne.
Wow, Mudvayne had what a great bass line.
There was just a time in history where that band belonged in my soul, and I was such a shithead.
They're still killing it. I just saw them last year.
Messenga was Converge, and I didn't get to go, but my friends did. And I expected Converge to like blow everybody away, and they were like, "Dude, it was Messenga brought the house down." I was like, "Seriously?" They were like, "Yes." Like they still got it. I was like, "Hell yeah!"
And those are some of the nicest guys in the world too. Them, like Mudvayne and Korn, those guys are notoriously known to be so genuine and kind. But it's that whole culture. It's like anybody outside of that culture thinks that they're all like devil worshippers, terrible people, and awful to everyone else, and rude and assholes. But then you get to meet them, and it's like everyone is so kind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm about to like put my nightcap. Like this is my nightcap. Like I'm so comfy right now. Like, doing the most.
So how do you guys connect with your fans when you're not actively out playing?
That's a good question, Allie. I would say No, okay. Definitely through social media. Like we definitely try to regularly entertain them in some way on social media, but we also, I mean, logistically, I'm the logistics guy, and we do have an email list that we're like kind of garnering up and stuff. But yeah, I would say social media, really just trying to make people laugh every now and again, making sure we're posting regularly to say hi or, entertain you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of your information is going at the bottom. But what is your kind of go-to social media? Instagram?
Yeah.
It definitely Instagram, but I mean, just going to our website, you get everything. So you go to domandjesse.com and you get Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, TikTok, YouTube, and we're active on pretty much everything. So we try to stay up with it. It's just,
I've got to update the website. Yeah. I've got to don't go on domandjesse.com right now. Do not do it. Whatever you do, don't click domandjesse.com. Don't do it. Don't go on there.
Everybody's under construction right now. You're good.
Yeah, Instagram's mainly the main hub. Like we've realized that Instagram is like the community of people that we've gained. It's just like fighting against the algorithm is super fucking annoying. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to curse? Is that okay?
Yeah, you're good.
It's super fucking Instagram. If you're listening to me right now, your algorithm sucks. It completely sucks.
Hard. It is so hard. I will I'll be so proud of myself. I'll get up 100 and then I won't post for a day and then I lose them all.
I know. That's what it feels like. And TikTok is like discovery. So we're working on posting more to TikTok to discover. Will is literally getting on us all the time, like post to TikTok. We're like, yes, Will, we know. And TikTok discovery, Instagram community. And then we're also really trying to get as many emails as possible with our email list and just, keep building that up. Because this year, moving forward, we want to connect with our fans more than ever and, grab the people that have come to our shows before and, just solidify this community of fans that and listeners. Yeah.
I think the social media is super important, but I think one of the things that we're kind of doing that a lot of people don't focus on, which can either tend to seem like we're going against the grain or just not really going with the crowd, is we are less focused on social media and more focused on ticket sales. It's like going the old school route of how many tickets can we sell? Because we've seen so many shows.
You have to do that if you're going for Live Nation, though. You have to.
Yeah, exactly. And and where we thrive is on stage, like Jesse was saying earlier on, is that is where we live. That is where you see the best versions of us, because even in between our songs, we have our on-stage banter. It's like a comedy show and a concert at the same time. It's just a whole experience. And if we could take that on tour, opening up for a major act, it would just be game over. But just ticket sales at the end of the day, we've seen time and time again all these TikTok stars go viral on their music, and then they get all these streams, and then they do a show and they sell 10 tickets.
Yeah. And it's from what I understand, it's really easy with any of the platforms to kind of buy your way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
with the online following.
Yes, it's very easy to fake it on social media, but it is physically impossible to fake ticket sales. And so that's where we're really mainly focused on is okay, well, we are consistently selling 200 tickets at this point. So if we can get a few more of those on the table, then we can go to Live Nation and say, hey, you guys have a main act at the Fillmore. We're a local act. We can sell 500 tickets for you if you need help. You've sold 800 tickets so far. 500 more is going to fill out the room, so let us know. So we're slowly building that leverage, and then next thing you know, we get that opportunity, and that gets us to open up for someone on tour, and then the ball keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. But ticket sales are a huge, huge focus for us.
honestly, I mean, you're in if you're the spots that you're trying to play, that's what they're looking for. I mean, it used to be that they would look at your social media and look at your Spotify and they look at these different things. Now they're looking at your previous show. They're looking at how many tickets that you're selling online, and that basically judges your worth. So yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if that's where you want to be playing, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and A&Rs are even changing their perspective too, because these people are booking these venues, and these A&Rs are booking these acts with 500,000 or 200,000 followers on TikTok, 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify with a song that blew up at 8 million streams, and then they're playing at a venue where they can't sell 50 tickets. And they're seeing it time and time again more often, because it is truly like a completely different animal.
Definitely. Like Live Nation, I mean, Live Nation's one of those things. Like, if you don't know someone, it's like a 50-50 shot. You can send them, like, it's kind of like you gotta like find a way to make yourself stand out, even if it's only like from an email. Like,
We went through the whole process for a few months. We emailed a ton of major acts coming through Fillmore, TLA, Union Transfer, you name it, and we found within the year, okay, what acts are most catered towards our genre and who we would open up best for. And we reached out to their teams. We found a website that actually has email lists and numbers of their management, booking agencies, so on and so forth. And eventually we got to a point where they're all under CAA, which is a major booking agency that's international. And they basically told us, hey, unless you're with Live Nation and CAA, you just have zero chance of getting on this bill, even if you can sell tickets. So that's why we're climbing up this ladder, so that we can get into a venue that's Live Nation, so that we can kind of get in bed with them and they can be like, okay, these guys can sell tickets and we can make something happen, and then we can really get the ball going.
definitely.
And listen, we're here for the secret sauce, because we want to have the other local acts in Philadelphia to come up too and get out here and make it big.
That's what we all want. We're all just one big community.
Yep, exactly.
And now, as far as the music that you've been releasing, what has been the most surprising kind of feedback that you have gotten from your recent music?
We should probably stop. No. What is, I don't know, what is like the,
I would say we had a fan. To me, like when people personally connect to it, I'd say the best feedback I've heard was something very like intimate. It was one person, literally just one person, told us, she was like I listen to your music every day, and like I just want you to know it helps me get through my day just listening to you. And to me, just having that one person tell me that, I was just like, wow, like that is amazing. Like that is what I strive for, because that's how I feel about music, right? It's like that's how you feel. Like music helps us through so much. So for somebody to say that, like you can't quantify that with a number. Like fuck Spotify. I want people to like get an intangible value from like what we create as artists. Like that's what we love. Like we created something that like helps you get through your day. Like fuck yeah, that's what it's all about. So that's what I hope for as an artist, that like this can inspire you and help make your life a little bit better, bring some joy to you. Like that's all that we can
You're
hope
having
for.
a hard time in winter, you're bringing them a little bit of summer.
Exactly. That's truly what we hope for.
I feel like people need that, right? Like honestly, that's like the best promotional thing you could do right now, because people are like, because of the cold and just everything going on, like I've had so many people say to me lately, like, I'm depressed, like I'm really like mentally just like over this cold and just being inside and isolated. We need summer.
Oh yes.
Even if it's just with the
depression.
music, we need it.
Hard. Yeah.
So what can fans expect from you guys coming up?
Ooh, so we're gonna be releasing this new song that's pop punk. It's a genre we really haven't played around with yet with Dom and Jesi. So we want to kind of do a little rebrand and see what we're gonna like test the waters, see if people receive this well from us. And if people receive it well, then we want to continue to like play around with it. So we're gonna be releasing that sometime this year. We also have some really cool merch ideas, like out of the box. Because
Just read
we
my
ran into,
mind. I was just about to ask you about the merch.
yeah, we ran into this problem recently. Like we've been talking, and like nobody buys CDs anymore. I don't know anybody that buys CDs. I don't. I buy vinyls. You buy CDs?
I buy CDs, but I also listen to a lot of really niche kinds of music. So I buy vinyl and then I buy CD. Like, I also buy a lot of older vinyls. Like, where is it?
Would you say you buy more vinyl than CDs?
Yeah, but I also buy a lot of repressings. Like, I bought this. I can't show it to you because it's very bad. But this one has a cover on it.
Gotcha.
But I bought like a 2019 Pissgrave. They're a local band.
Yes.
Album.
So I'm the same.
But I will buy CDs, like, and I buy cassettes too.
Yep.
So I buy CDs, cassettes, and vinyl. It depends. Sometimes I'll go to shows, and if they have CDs or cassettes, I'll buy them. If they have a vinyl, I'll buy them too. But I'm vinyl maxing out. I'm trying to buy more cassettes. Cassettes are also really coming back.
Yes. The
we
thing about
actually
those
have a friend that lives around Philly that she actually works for a place that makes the vinyls. So if you guys are ever interested in having like custom vinyls done or something like that,
yes,
I tell ya.
Yes, and yes.
Also, the singer Rid of Me, they just opened. God, they've been playing everything. Rid of Me's been playing a lot of stuff lately.
She's in a band called Rid of Me.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. I would love, like, I've never been on vinyl. Have you ever been? Your music ever been on vinyl?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. We've never been on vinyl, so vinyl that would be amazing. The thing is, like, you know, it's also expensive, and you don't know if it's going to sell.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about like working on different ideas to sell our music, but in like a new cool way that people aren't doing yet. And we just showed Will something today, like this new idea. He loves it, and we haven't like shown people yet, but it's like it's brand new. I think it's something that every artist is going to have at some point, at least new artists. And I think it's like it's very cost effective for somebody to do that if they're like down to like do it themselves. But yeah, that's like a new merch idea to sell our music.
You know
like,
what I saw at one of the shows that was just like the coolest thing? They were selling flash drives with either like an extra song on it that wasn't on the album, or like something that they're working on. Like, and I'm telling you, like, I mean, it was a bigger band, but I mean, they were selling out of them.
We should totally show, because we could definitely use this as well. All right, we're gonna show you. So I have a prototype right here. So so this right here is like an idea for merch. It's like a mini CD.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
So it's a miniature CD, and I'm gonna open it up for you. So it has like the CD in there and the booklet. So here, check it out. So
I love that it has the booklet in there too.
So sick.
It's got like a little booklet. It looks like a mini CD, but the coolest part I'm gonna show you. The coolest part about this is you can hold it up to any phone. Hold on. And a link pops up.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
That's
it links to anywhere we want you to go, like to listen to our music. So we're looking
Oh,
at
that's badass.
That's really cool.
Now, are
so
they gonna be? We're giving that the green light. They're gonna be in the merch store at some point.
I think we're gonna try to do pre-orders on these mini CDs, and when we come out with our new single, we're kind of gonna do something where it's like collect them all, you know.
That's really cool.
You think would you buy one?
I would buy one. Absolutely.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's sick.
That
So
is so cute. Like, I
That was
mean,
an exclusive.
and that's what people are getting now, because honestly, like, I've noticed with a lot of the shows, like, people are they'll always get t-shirts here and there, but like they're over like the same merch
You
every
want if
show that they go
band
to.
is something different, I'll buy it. Like a lot of times, like if you have something that's just like I don't know different, I'm all about
Dude, I
it.
get so psyched. Like when bands have tube socks, or I
Mhm.
mean even patches. Like, where did the patches go? Nobody has patches anymore.
Yeah,
We actually hand make bracelets and necklaces too.
Yep.
So like this, like the bead, this the pearls with like the
Yes.
different stuff on it. Like we hand make all these.
That's part of our merch too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
So we, just trying to like provide that summer vibe. Anywhere we can.
We sell sunglasses too.
Yeah, we make those. We make the stickers and we put stickers in the glasses.
Oh, that's so fun. Well,
Yeah.
I wish you guys so much luck.
Thank you.
Are there any shows that you can announce that are coming up?
Not yet.
In the works.
Yeah, it's in the works though. So definitely make sure to follow us on social media. And we're going to be announcing the new song very soon. And we're going to announce the show very soon after. And yeah, we just got a lot of really great stuff cooked up for this year.
Yeah. The best way to stay updated is our email list. And I know that's so cheesy and cliche to be like, join our email list. But like, we don't spam you. Like, it's literally coming from us. Like, we'll make a message and we only send emails for like the really important things we want you to know, like a big show or like a new single. That's it. Yeah. So join our email list.
And everybody go under and check out Dom and Jesse. What if? That would be what I would tell you to listen to also. Definitely. Well, do you have anything coming up that you want to shout out?
Just with these guys, we got a couple plans to do some music videos and stuff like that coming up. So we're storyboarding a bunch of that right now. And it's going to be a lot of fun because they're really receptive to the creative process. They've come to me and they said, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. And we sit down and we just kind of go through everything. So those are going to be coming out. Hopefully, I'd say maybe midsummer if we can get everything lined out. So got some really good ideas for those. So
I can't wait for all of it. And we will make sure that we repost all of when your song drops and any of your shows coming up. We'll make sure that we get it out on our sites. I am gonna wrap this up, but I want you guys to stay on because I have a few things that I want to talk about with you guys after we hop off. So
Awesome.
thank you so much for coming on. It was so much fun.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Pretty Little Podcast. Allie, Jesi, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on. Bye. They're awesome. Thanks for everybody for joining us. I'm fading out currently, so I'm gonna say thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
But everybody know about Jesi. Like, she's got to like you a lot to be in bed with her Eagles cap on, nice and cozy, and like she was still like eyes on the prize.
I know. Ah,
You woke up
um,
for a couple keywords. You were like, I
I
know
was
that
like,
place.
I was like,
What
I
was that,
don't.
Johnny Brenda's?
I was present. I was present tonight, baby. I was present tonight, baby.
Well, thank you everybody for watching, and please subscribe to A Pretty Little Podcast. Make sure you check out all of Dom and Jesse's music, and we will keep you updated on all their upcoming shows. Jesse, until next week.
So see
Love
ya.
you.